Hello friends, welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney, and we are deep within the final trial of the first game. Just watch it, I don't remember what happened, but lots of good stuff. Or I guess not good stuff, because what happened was murder. And also my best friend's dead. And I will never be over it. No matter how much the game tries to tell me to get over it, I will never be over it. But the trial is continuing. Also, racist Miles Edgeworth is just very edgy right now. That's all I have to say about him. Order, please. Let us resume proceedings. Witnesses, you will now retake the stand. Oh yeah, so we have the thieves. That's right. Okay. I presume you heard the defense counsel's summation examination. Oh, yeah, Governor. I did, Gov. I did. Mr. and Mr. Skulkin. God, blimey! This is going to be hard work. Earlier in the trial, you gave the following testimony about your actions after you entered Windibanks. I think I have a harder time with the European things than I do with the Japanese names. Pronunciation's fun. Well, it was the Bodlam soon as word. Wait, what? It was not, it was. However, that was a lie. You brothers. Court, blimey! On the night in question, you rifled through the items on the victim's counter. We never done nothing of the sort. How dare you how you figure that out? You will now give formal testimony once again. You will tell the court precisely what happened on the night in question, and this time you will tell the truth. Aye, aye, Santa Claus. Each lie that passes your lips serves to increase the severity of your punishment. And that, gentlemen, may deal a crushing blow to your chances of ever seeing the light of day again. Huh? A thought worth pondering, perhaps. I brought back the blue liquid. Say no more, Gov. We hear ya. We'll plan, we'll speak, we'll preach. Okay. Alright, we did knock a few things over, but we weren't rifling for nothing. We was when we heard the gunshot, see? Made us both jump and that stuff went flying. Lummy, it didn't have to give me a fright. We was thinking a shooter'd come out the door and get us next. We stuck everything back where we found it and scuppered straight into him in the back. In the black. We could have shot the pawnbroker, see? We never even had a chance, did we? I don't think they did it. I think there was like a fourth person there or something. You admit to the defense's accusation. You did indeed ransack Mr. Windiback's countertop on the night in question. Not ransack, Governor, no. That's right, Nash, that's right. It's more like we tied it up, yeah? I love it when he's mad at not me. Sorry. By their own admission, these brothers entered the pawnbrokery under dubious circumstances. However, they panicked and fled on hearing the gunshot, having first made good their mess. The way you say it, we hardly sound like roughs at all. We don't, Nash, we don't. Can't you make us sound a bit more cutthroat? It can't be just a coincidence that these men showed up at Windibanks that night. There's more to their testimony than meets the eye, I'm sure of it. Alright, we did knock a few things over. Hold it! So what you're saying is, the sound of the gunshot shocked you so much you knocked all those things off the counter? Well, it shocked one of us that much, yeah. This bag of nerves needs to learn to keep his shirt on. Look, it was loud, alright? Blimey, me dead Grammy would have woken up with that bang. Big Bravia screamed like a blooming baby and fell over on the counter. and knocked over the blood of books and a candlestick and some little skull whatnot. That got tangled them down and we knocked over a picture frame, knocked them scales on the floor. You really mastered working quietly then. What a racket! My granny would have been scared back in her grave I like that. So in short, the gunshot took you by surprise. Then some.
Right.
It was quiet as a mouse, and then all of a sudden, bam!
Excuse me.
What is that? Inspector Gregson, do you have something to add? Like I keep saying, I don't appreciate being locked in with these scoundrels. No, something to add about their testimony. You seemed to react just now at what Mr. Skulkin said. Did it make you think of something? It's probably nothing, of course. I wouldn't even bother to mention it only. Well, the fact is, cases don't get solved if you ignore the little details. How about you just tell us what's on your mind? As you know, we brought these fellas into the yard for questioning last night. And that statement they gave then told a slightly different story to what they're saying now. Did it? You claimed you heard the victim shout something out from before the gunshot. Might have. Does ring bell now you mention it. Granted, it's only a minor detail, but I can't help feeling like perhaps you've been a bit sloppy with your testimony here, eh, fellas? If I discover the witness's testimony has been any more sloppy than it has hitherto proven to be, I shall be forced to bring the very harshest punishment to bear against them. Easy, easy! We got it right this time! That's it, yep. It's all coming back to me now. Then speak! Supplement your testimony with whatever details have miraculously returned to your questionable minds, sirs. Right you are, Guff. Just before gunshot, we heard a voice yelling, "Give me that gun!" Okay, hold on. That makes absolutely no sense because she already has the gun. But I think I might press the statement first, and then I'll go back, and then I'll just present the photograph if they say that it was the guy saying that.
Hold it!
So in fact, you heard the voice and the gunshot almost simultaneously? We did, Gov, we did. Although, I suppose if you're being honest, we heard a kind of wavering voice before the yell and all. If you don't want to get shot, give me that gun! Bam. Kind of old thing. A career in acting tragically missed. And where were the voices coming from? Could you tell? Of course we could! The other side of the door behind the counter it was. From the storeroom where the victim was found dead. And the voice you heard, it was that of the victim, Mr. Winterbank. Oh, my granny's life, of course it was! On his granny's life, of course it was. So that would mean that you both knew Mr. Winterbank and the sound of his voice. Eh? So that would mean what? What? Not what? Any ideas? Yes, counsel, indeed it would. No. We didn't know the geezer. How am I supposed to know it when that bloke on the fancy club was giving us an evil eye? If you value your lives, you ensure your testimony is accurate and true. Oh my god, his life is! On his granny's life it must be. It's a good job his granny's dead. To summarize then, immediately after hearing the voice of the victim, you then hear the gunshot, causing you to stumble and upset the items on the counter, scattering them over the shop floor. You make it sound like we're clumsy. Don't forget we tied it up like good boys. Anyway, the way I see it. Whoa! Hold on a minute. Hold on just a minute. That bloke had the gun. What do you mean that bloke was holding the gun? We have a picture showing her holding the gun. So what is this about? What is this about him holding the gun? Were they not paying attention to the proclamation thingy majiggy? Alright, you little turds. You little turds. You little turd nuggets. Allow me to just present
Objection.
a photograph of our chick holding the gun. What are you doing? You're saying that on the night in question, the victim, Mr. Windibank, was wielding a gun, is that correct? That's it, Gov. You got the picture. Eh? He asked now, she asked, no question. And yet the photographic evidence from the time of the incident clearly shows that Mr. Windibank was not in possession of a firearm of any description.
Objection.
You surprise me. Does the defense really intend to highlight evidence that compromises the position of the accused even more? Furthermore, the defense has failed to establish that the photographic print presented was taken suitably short time prior to the victim's death. Your chronology is severely lacking, counsel. Yeah, that's right. Too right, Nash, too right. The old geezer could have been able to turn the tables on the girl, eh? Hardly likely. No, I'm afraid this won't stand as conclusive evidence. Continue with the cross-examination, and heed my earlier warning, witnesses. A skulkin's never soaking!
Hold it!
You're saying that Mr. Windibank had a gun in his hands? Oh yeah, bet that was a sight, eh? Two of them waving them guns at each other must have been pretty heated. I mean, just before he shouted out at you, the geezer said, if you don't want to get shot. Didn't really sound like he meant it, man. More of an empty threat, you could say. Mr. Windibank was known to keep a revolver on his shop counter at all times. People say that to protect the articles in his keeping, he'd readily put a bullet in someone's head if required. That someone being himself, of course. Good grief! Extraordinary devotion indeed, if alarmingly misguided. Well, certainly sounded like he was ready to pull the trigger the other night. Only the person who was gonna beat him to it cooked his ghost proper. Whoa. Bet he wished he'd squeeze the trigger instead of wasting time shouting, give me the gun. And it was directly after those words that you heard the gunshot? It was more or less the same guy, Guff. Give me that gun! Bam. Kind of thing. Yes, a career in acting tragically missed. Then we had the sound of someone hitting the deck before everything went quiet. After that, we done a serious job of tying up the place.
Objection.
Nope. Okay. Okay, hold on. It's being mean to me. I just don't understand. Like, I know why the statement's wrong, but like, what do they want from me? So the photo's not conclusive evidence. What is the conclusive evidence? Alright, present evidence. There's gotta be some evidence here. Is it... Okay, what was this?
Objection.
Where'd you get that gun? Oh my goodness, that's not it either. Just give me a minute. I just gotta think. I really don't want to have to press all these statements again. What do you mean? Okay. Okay, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to present that one evidence thing, and then I'm going to save it, and then we're going to figure this out. So, I presented... Okay, I present...
Objection.
And then we're just going to do this. Just because, like, it did stop everything, and I don't know if it was necessary, but we're going to let that play through. Actually, let me just pause, and I'll get you back once we're caught up. Alright, we're caught up. I had to double check. So, I went through all my evidence and I forgot we literally have a photo of him, and in that photo he does not have a gun. So let me just try this. Yep. I'm a little scared. Wait, I should save my progress. Hold on. I forgot to do that. Okay, so we're gonna save it real quick. And then we're just gonna present that little photo. And we're just I just feel like there's no gun in that photo, right? And then she said, like, but also being shot in the back is a little weird. Yes. Although I do also think my evidence of her pointing a gun at him and him not having a gun, suspicious.
Objection.
Hey, okay. So you're saying that on the night in question, the victim, Mr. Windibank, was wielding a gun. Is that correct? That's it, Gov. You got the picture. I asked, now she asked. No question. And yet, photographic evidence obtained immediately after the incident clearly shows that Mr. Windibank was not holding a firearm of any description. Hey, you what? Gotta bet it, that ain't right.
Objection.
There can be no question that the victim's revolver was used in the incident. I would remind the court that Mr. Windibank's gun was found at the scene. Not only was it identified as the murder weapon, but it was found in the accused's hands. The accused's hand. Yeah, that Molitor used that victim's own gun to finish him off. Give me a gun! Bam! So stupid. Got a thing. Nah. Stand exactly where you are, right there. Eh? If the crime had taken place as you so colorfully described in your testimony, it would have given rise to an undeniable and significant inconsistency in the final moments you just acted out. Goodness, are you sure, Consul? Well, duh. You intrigue me, my learned friend, but let's see some evidence to support your claim. Where in the proof is the proof that demonstrates the inconsistency? Isn't it just the same thing? Okay, I'm gonna still save because I'm scared, but it's the same photo. He was shot in the back, not in the front. Stupid. Gadar. Alright, we're gonna go back a bit, love. And we're gonna present the photo, the crime scene photo. It's still the same photo.
Take that!
According to their testimony, the witnesses claim to have heard a shout of "Give me that gun," followed by a gunshot. Indeed, with two events happening almost simultaneously, or so we've been led to believe. Yes, that's right. Now, if that testimony is true, it would mean that the moment of death, the victim and his attacker would have been facing each other. However, if I could ask the court to study the photograph of the victim's body again, you can clearly see that Mr. Windibank was in fact shot from behind. So as I stated before, there is an undeniable inconsistency in your testimony, Mr. and Mr. Skullkin. My goodness. But it's a... What? But it's the God's honest truth. It is not. It is. When he was shot at night, the shopkeeper had a gun in his hand, and we saw it with our own bleeding eyes. Did I hear you right just now? You actually saw Mr. Windibank holding a gun? Something like that might have slipped out. Ladies and gentlemen, you have all just heard the admission by these two witnesses. On the night in question, they actually saw, with their own eyes, the victim wielding a gun. Which can only mean that despite their testimony to the contrary, the Skulkin brothers must have encountered the victim in person. Why is he standing on a box? Order! Witnesses, explain your testimony at once. Well, the thing is, if what's supposed to, it would seem that my previous warning fell on deaf ears. I made it quite clear that false witness would be the death of you. Whoa! Yo! Am I to understand that you replaced the untruths of your original testimony with renewed lies? Ever so sorry, Governor. Truth is, we, cut it out, Nash, cut it out! If we blame now, you'll know what it'll do to us. He? Who are they talking about? Let me make your position here perfectly clear. You will talk. There is no other option available to you. Oh, bruv, come on, the game's up. But I don't have our guts for godness. In case it hasn't sunk in yet, no matter how hard you try to hide it, the truth will come out. Oh. On the night in question, it is not apparent that you brothers met face to face with the victim. I demand you testify again to explain the precise circumstances under which this meeting took place. Oh, well. Do we have to? On pain of death. I suggest you make yourselves fully aware that this is your very last chance to tell the truth. Surprised he pushes for the truth so hard, bro. He's a confusing guy. Alright, so we just got inside the gaff and heaved a sigh of relief when the geezer showed his mug. Give me a gun, he bellowed, and then he threw at us like a whiz possessed. I thought we'd had it. For an old geezer, the bloke was strong as an ox. He chucked me over the counter. I pulled me gun on him and then legged off from the door into the back room. Oh, you did go back there. We never had nothing to do with killing him. That's all that happened. I swear. I just really lost all their voices on that moment. Oh my gosh. So you're now telling us that moments before the victim was killed in the storeroom, you in fact encountered him in the main part of the shop. Sorry. Well, we find ourselves at an interesting juncture. This changes matters considerably. But honest, Governor, this time, we ain't got nothing more to hide. Very well. Counsel for the defense, you may proceed with the cross-examination. Yes, my lord. This is it. The moment I've been waiting for. Wow, he is scary. Da-da-da-da-da. Encounter with the victim. Okay, here we go. Alright, we just got inside Gotham. He was sat with from the geezer.
Hold it!
When you say geezer, I presume you mean the victim and proprietor of the shop, Mr. Winterbank. Oh, well, sorry, I mean, that's right. We was keeping a close eye on the entrance to the gaff, obviously, but we never thought no one was gonna come out of the back room like that. The back room being the pawnbroker's storeroom. Yeah, it must have been where he popped up from. Only place it could have been. So it would seem the victim was already in the storeroom when these brothers entered the premises. Which means Ginny must have been in there at that point as well. That doesn't make any sense, does it? If Gina had threatened Mr. Winterbank into the storeroom with her gun at gunpoint, then why would he have emerged from the same room all alone when the brothers arrived? Oh, I don't know. Did you see the accused at that time? What? That mortaler? Couldn't tell you. No way, Cobber. We had bigger fish to fry then. I mean, the old geezer just lost it.
Hold it!
You mentioned that Mr. Winterbank shouted those words in your previous testimony too. However, you claim that you heard him yelling them on the other side of the storeroom door. Oh, yeah, did we? But the truth is, he was shouting these words at you, wasn't he? Well, yeah. Was the victim Mr. Winterbank wielding a gun at the time? Was he ever? Blimey lummy. A great ugly barrel he had, pointed straight at me, front to face. So what you're saying is, you definitely saw Mr. Winterbank with the gun at that time, is that right? It is, Cove, it is. Come on. Then all of a sudden he came at us, he did. It was Ben then. I didn't know who was going for who. You were clearly all going for each other. Like Nash said, we thought we'd had it. I mean... Yes, I noted that you mentioned the counter in your previous testimony, too. Well, yeah, of course we did. He knocked over a load of books, a candlestick, and some skull whatnot. That got tangled into marionette. Once knocked over a picture frame, would knock them scales on the floor. So, in fact, it wasn't the sound of the gunshot that shocked you and made you knock those things off the counter? Well, Big Bravia went flying off the counter like a gunshot, I can tell you. Then the old geezer pinned him. He did, now she did. If it hadn't been there, the book would have flattened me like a blooming pancake in seconds. At the time in question, the alarm was raised at the local police station via a secret cable from the pawnbrokery. There was a button under the counter used to activate it, which was presumably pressed by the victim. That's right. When the brothers fled the scene and back onto the street, they ran straight into the arriving police, didn't they? Poor Mr. Winterbank. He did everything he could to protect his short. And your accent just changed again.
Hold it!
Were you intending to shoot Mr. Winterbank? No, never. I was just, looking out for me bruv, weren't I? It was being flattened, don't forget. By a man whose shop was being burgled, yes. And then the man fled into the storeroom when you pointed your gun at him, is that it? Yeah, that's it. He shot me away, then ran off from the door and shot himself in. There's something not right here. Something doesn't quite ring true. I wonder why Mr. Winterbank ran away into the storeroom. What? Well, according to what everyone's saying, Ginny was in there waiting for him with a gun. Ah, yes, that's right. Gina allegedly used Mr. Winterbank's gun to threaten him and force him to open the storeroom door. In which case, how did the gun end up in Mr. Winterbank's hands again? I have no idea, but that is strange, isn't it? This little inconsistency could be significant. I should make a mental note of it. Look, point is me and Bravia. That's right, Nash, that's right. Me and Bravia. We never had nothing to do with killing him. That's all that happened, I swear. Okay, so we're gonna press all the statements because I'm not sure what to present yet. You say you had nothing to do with it. Nothing at all. Nothing, Gov, nothing. The old geezer went and shut himself in the back room, didn't he? Locked it was from the inside. We know it was because we tried to open it. But it's a decent door, that one. Good and strong, wouldn't be a budge an inch. So in the end, the situation remains unchanged. Inside the storeroom with the pawnbroker, there was only one other person. The sole person who could possibly have shot the victim. The accused, Miss Gina Lestrade. What say you to that, counsel? I don't know. Was there anyone else apart from Gina who could have possibly shot him? Yes, but I'm gonna save... There's actually so many options. I still think there's like a fourth unheard of party or something, because this has got to relate back to the other case. Yes. Mr. and Mr. Skulkin. Eh, what? What's that look for? From the moment you admitted that you'd encountered the victim face to face that night, the course of this trial changed completely. How many times are we going to say that sentence? That's funny. It did. What is your point, my learned friend? The question we must answer is who could have shot Mr. Winterbank? And it is the belief of the defense that the defendant is not the only one possible answer at all. You have my attention. I know you love me. In that case, let us return to this plain plan of the premises. The victim was killed in the storeroom, which was locked from the inside. Those are the facts. So pray, what other possible answer to the question of who shot the man could there be? Counsel, you must now provide answers to the court in respect of the two conundrums. Two, my lord? Twice as many chances to get it wrong, yeah. Indeed, namely. From what location did the culprit shoot the victim? And furthermore, Where was the victim at the time? Understood, my lord. Are you alright, Reno? I'm not entirely sure. There's one thing I know. If I can prove that there's a credible new alternative to what happened, it would change Gina's prospects hugely. So now, time for some clarity. Show the court on this plan the answers to the questions posed by his lordship. Fired right. From the inside. Either I have a couple ideas. Is there places to hide in the storage room that they wouldn't have seen? I don't think so. Okay, I'm gonna just save it here. Cause this is gonna take me a minute. I gotta like use some deducing skills. I have a few ideas. I probably shouldn't have done that, but okay. My first idea, someone shot him here and like, I don't know, maybe he like locked the door after he got shot and then bled out. But how did she end up passed out? Or the other idea is that there was someone else in there and they somehow got in and out. Or like there's like a trap roof or something. But let's start here.
Take that!
The defense believes that the culprit could have shot the victim from this location here. And in answer to the second question?
Take that!
They're either going to call me stupid or be like, he's a genius! The culprit shot the victim from the outside the storeroom. Continue. Thank you. Mr. Winnebank died instantly from a bullet wound in his back. Looking at the stain of blood on the storeroom floor, it doesn't appear that the body was moved after death, which tells us that he was almost certainly shot while he was in the storeroom. However, the crucial point is, where was the shooter when the fatal bullet was fired? So are you adamant that the shot was fired from outside the storeroom? Well, according to the Skulkin brothers' earlier testimony, I pulled a gun on him, then legged it from the door into the back room. If Mr. Winnebank ran away through the door, we have to assume that the door was open at the time. Ah. It was at precisely that moment when the victim was fleeing for his life. Did I get it right on the first try? That these brothers had the perfect opportunity to shoot the man in the back once he was inside the storeroom. Like, I genuinely feel like there was another party involved. These guys are just so stupid. I just don't think they did it. But I do think my point has merit, that there's a possibility of what I said. Come to think of it, do you remember what the prosecutor said at the start of the trial? Oh great, did I not get it right? Moving on to the findings of the Scotland Yard coroner. His report states that the bullet entered the body on a rising diagonal trajectory. Oh, and it was a short guy. It means the victim was likely shot by someone of shorter height than himself. So the short dude. That helps us. Poor man, shot while he was running as fast as he could to safety. Of course, he would have been leaning forward as he was running away. So even if the bullet was fired horizontally, it still would have entered his body in an upward trajectory. Also, there's a guy who's literally a foot tall. Sorry, no offense, but like, he's... Okay, moving on. So a culprit isn't necessarily someone shorter than Mr. Winnebank, but it could be. I'm sure my learned friend can't have forgotten that the storeroom was found closed and locked from the inside. You claim the victim was shot as he fled into the room. Do you also claim his corpse was dexterous enough to turn the key on the lock? No, she probably did it. But, what if someone else locked the door? Yes, there's someone else who could have locked the storeroom door. Is that so? Okay, let's save again. I believe Gina locked the door. That's my guess. She was scared, and then she locked the door, and then she was like in shock. Although, wait, how'd she get the gun? Yeah, I don't know. My answers aren't quite perfect, but in the scenario just described, the defense assertion is the victim was shot from the outside the storeroom. In which case, who shot and locked the storeroom from the inside? Let's say it was Gina.
Take that!
Obviously, the person who locked the door was the only other person inside the storeroom at the time. The defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade.
Objection!
That's absurd! You're suggesting that the accused deliberately engineered the sealed room? For what possible reason? Such actions would only serve to tighten the noose around her neck. I'm inclined to agree, I must say. Well, Consul? Yes, that's a tricky one. Because she saw someone get shot and she was scared. Gadar? I know it doesn't completely make sense, but it's the possibility. Half-baked notions have no place in my courtroom, remember that. But of course Ginny would have locked the door. It almost goes without saying, doesn't it? Thank you, child. It does? Well, if I was Ginny in that situation, I know I would have locked the door as quickly as I could. I mean, those two burglars just fired a gun in our direction, hadn't they? That's what I'm saying. Obviously. Before the two brothers arrived, Mr. Strayed and Mr. Windibank were in the storeroom together. Now, I don't know what went on between them in that time, but at some point, Mr. Windibank must have heard the intruders breaking into a shop and left the storeroom. Intruders, eh? It was us, bruv. If your theory is correct, that would leave the accused alone in the storeroom. Yes, it would. Then, probably only moments later, the victim fled back through the storeroom door, hoping to escape danger. How did she get the gun, though? The bullets aren't adding up. Unless there's a third gun. Hit in the back by the bullet, Mr. Windibank fell to the floor where he was, just inside the storeroom. And what we have to ask ourselves now is, what would the defendant have done in that moment? Ah, I see where you're going with this. Outside the storeroom was a terrifying killer who had just murdered Mr. Windibank. I still don't think they did it. As soon as that thought struck Miss Lestrade, she slammed the door shut and locked it. In order to save her own life.
Hold it!
But I mean, we ain't the ones who done it. We ain't, Gov, we ain't. We gotta believe us. I mean, come on. We never shoot no one.
Objection.
There's a third person. That's blatantly untrue. I know for a fact that you would. Because before my own eyes, you shot Mr. Herlock Sholmes. That's literally their alibi. Because there's only one bullet. There's only one logic. Yeah, he's gonna... It's a start. Mr. and Mr. Skulkin, you brothers have had every opportunity to have been the true perpetrators of Mr. Windibank's murder. I don't think they did it. It wasn't the pickpocket? It wasn't the pickpocket! Why would the pickpocket even want to shoot at? That was amazing, Bruno! It doesn't add up though either. Like there's gotta be like, there's definitely more going on here. As much as I like my theory. I know, first time ever and probably the last. Well, I think you've done it. Shall you have to give a verdict or not? No. It doesn't make sense. How did she get the gun? Yeah. Did you see that evil laugh? Yeah, how did she get the gun? It's a nice theory. It doesn't fully make sense. An admirable effort, my learned friend. What's this now? Well, it doesn't... Bro, how did she get the gun? I don't have an answer. He's laughing? You find the situation amusing, Lord Van Sykes. I myself find the defense's argument most persuasive. Let me hold my eyes. I dare say. Such chicanery is the bread and butter of the street performers in your provincial Eastern. I swear it gets worse and worse every time. This is called laughing because I'm uncomfortable. But such blatantly malicious conjuring tricks amount to nothing more than inexcusable pettifoggery here. Pettifoggery. What? Yeah. Exactly. What? The hypothesis you put forward so ostensibly, credibly, cannot and will not stand. Because, you see, it contains a fatal flaw. Yeah, how did she get the gun? And how did the gun end up one chamber? Yeah, it doesn't. The ideas are great, and we're close. But there had to be, like, an extra person there to plant it on her. Why was she passed out in there? Again, it's a good start. We have a long way to go. Yeah, I know it has a fatal flaw. Yeah, it does. Do you mean to tell me that you're unaware of your logics failing? I'm not unaware of my logics failing. I say, Lord Benzex. Well, I have an idea to explain, but like a giant trick or whatever it is the troops in got him. That was not English. The fatal flaw in my learned friend's argument is really very simple to understand. I'm not smashing my glass. Yeah, okay, see? That's what I said. Okay. Assuming you're not too dim-witted to count bullets. By George, count bullets. Oh dear. Hey, notice then. Huh? What's ever... you don't... Okay. Rianowski's been pretty smart so far. There's no way... Like, we know that that's a flaw in our argument. We're just trying something right now. Counsel. Yes, sir. Tell the court how many bullets were found at the scene of the crime. Two bullets. Correct. The first, that which hit the victim in the back, ending his life. And the second, that which struck the detective, Mr. Herlock Sholmes, on his arrival at the scene. Indeed, the defense presented a picture showing the damage caused by the second bullet earlier in the proceedings. Yeah. The bullet which injured Mr. Holmes appears to have passed through his body to strike the calendar. Your lordship's understanding is correct. Furthermore, we know there are two firearms involved in the incident. The revolver belonging to the victim, Mr. Windibank, and the Skulkin brothers' revolver. The evidence shows that a single bullet was fired from each gun. See, there's flaws in both arguments now, though, so that's why we had to just present a flawed argument. You see? Gotta play the game a little. Yes, indeed it does. A single bullet from each. Now then, my learned friend. You yourself told the court only moments ago that these two brothers shot Mr. Herlock Sholmes right before your eyes. Yes, I did. Oh my goodness, I think you'll find that if the single bullet was fired from the brother's gun hit Mr. Sholmes, it means Windibank was not shot by the same gun. Stop. Only one bullet. Stop. Well, yeah, I already knew that. I thought that as I presented my argument. Exactly. We just had to try something. Yet, this... esteemed street performer from a distant land who has graced my presence with his own. Graced me with his presence. Presented an ostensibly credible argument. However, it was never anything more than a diversionary trick with no hope of standing up to scrutiny. I mean, you're not wrong. But isn't this the same thing you do to me? Once again, I can't say you're being overly dramatic right now. We're kind of... Order. Stop smashing glasses! Pray forgive the discourtesy of flinging the dregs of this hollowed nectar into the public gallery. Lord Van Zykes, But this court needs to open its eyes. The accused, Miss Gina Lestrade, is no ordinary little girl. Despite her young years, she can regrettably no longer be described as a juvenile. No, the person in the dock is far from a law-abiding citizen. She has passed riddled with criminal conduct. Oh no. Is this going to be about her fake testimony? Is it going to tie back to her fake testimony? I can't defend you from that, bro. You did that. The truth is, the accused broke into the pawnbrokery on the night in question with loathsome intent. As we can see beyond a doubt in this print, which depicts her threatening the victim with the murder weapon. And I have here in my possession one more piece of evidence. The prosecution... No! He has it! I was looking for that earlier. I need to spray that with her thing so I can see whose blood that is. Oh no. Why did you wait till now? Why don't you present all your evidence right away, you jerk? Okay. That disc. Yeah, we know what the disc is. You don't have to show us the disc. If you don't know what the disc is, go watch the disc. It's like 3 episodes ago. I don't even know. I'll be taking the whatever it is and McGill's down the yard. Thank you very much. No, don't give it to him. It's mine. It's mine. I can't do the action again. It's gone. I'm sorry, miss. But anything belonging to McGill has to be taken in as evidence now. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, no, I'm stupid. I forgot that happened. I was wondering what happened to the disc. It's because I thought he stole the disc, but he made a copy of it. Yes, that music box disc. McGill's box. The very day before the hateful murder of Mr. Winnebank, the accused attempted to make off with this article, which clearly doesn't belong to her. Oh no. We're gonna tie back into the other case. Oh, that case is gonna bite me. Okay. And with none of the subtlety of a pickpocket, I might add, but by brute force and brazen impudence. I did not pronounce that correctly. Good gracious. Make no mistake, any sympathy for the accused on account of her years is misguided and dangerous. There are no depths to which this girl would not stoop if pushed, no crime she would not commit. The court forgets that fact at its peril. I see. I think it would be prudent to take this music box disc into evidence counsel. As a grim... Lord Van Sykes, Inspector Gregson? What? Yes, Inspector? We had a meeting yesterday at the yard with the prosecution service, and, I think it was agreed that the disc wouldn't be used as evidence. What's this all about? Why is the inspector acting like this? That's the first time he said anything to Van Sykes at all. I am unaware of such meeting. But those were the instructions right from the top. The government bigwigs were insistent. Inspector, I am the prosecutor, and I alone determine how to present my case. Your warning is noted. Thank you. Yo, I can't figure this dude out. He just has such a strong sense of right and wrong, but then he's just also convinced that, like, anyone not from his country is the devil, so I don't know. The prosecution wishes to proceed with submitting this disc as evidence, my lord. Indeed. Bailiff? Oh, wait, let me... The prosecution has established the accused's motive, opportunity, and baseness of the character. Let me observe this disc. I want to observe the blood. Oh, Runa, look! No, we can observe. It's gonna be that person, the business dude. This is blood? Yes, you're right. Just a small smear, but definitely blood. Actually, I feel as though we might have noticed that before. It's all time to shine again. Yes. All right. Hold still with that disc, Runa. Can we get this done quickly, Iris? His blood's gonna be on the scene. It's gonna be that business guy from before. Yeah. Oh, a lovely bright shade again. Oh my gosh. What is it? I knew this would come into play. That's why I was trying to find it earlier. It's just that green. It's not the first time we've seen that color, is it? Oh my goodness. I called that. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta see something. Where was the green found? I don't remember. I knew it. I knew it. Okay. So, where's my collection of... Oh, blood samples. Here we go. That's right. Oh my gosh, that's right, because it wasn't Sholmes' blood. Okay, this wasn't Sholmes. This was the dude's. I have no idea what this crime scene looks like now. But at least I was right. Oh, you're going down. There is nothing more to add. But there is. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I await your informed decisions and rest my case. But I have evidence. Can I present it now? I don't believe it. I have the jury on my side for once, for all of 5 minutes. Oh dear. Oh, what in the world happened to your accent? I'm sorry. It wasn't even for 5 minutes, Bruno. My lord. Wonder if I might say something at this point. Proceed. Oh gosh. Been stumbling about a bit fog now, if truth be told, but all of a sudden. The answer's fully obvious to me and my men. There's only one thing for it. Oh no. Very well, the court will hear from the jury.
Guilty.
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 Do half of you guys even know what's going on? This is a little ridiculous. We have a consensus among the jury, it seems. When you have eliminated the impossible. Oh my gosh, that's a quote from Sherlock Holmes! He's using my friends against me. Whatever remains must be the truth. That's from Sherlock Holmes! No! No! How dare he? How dare he quote my friend when he's sitting in the hospital? Sorry, Sherlock Holmes. Oh my gosh, how dare you? That's my line. I wrote that for Hurley. Yeah, I know. I've read it. I've read Sherlock Holmes. Y'all are giving me an identity crisis here with these, like, misnomers. Oh, how dare you use it against us? That's what I'm saying. Don't worry, Iris. I don't think we're finished yet. There's still more into this case than we realize. There must be. There's one thing I'm certain of. Gina didn't shoot Mr. Winterbank. That's beyond any doubt. Very well. We'll proceed with the second summation examination of the day. Foreman, are you and your jurors ready? Okay, I'm just skipping ahead. I don't care. Good. So, ladies and gentlemen, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. Give me your crappy reasons for sending a person to the gallows. Once a rogue, always a rogue, I say. Different breed as to us law-abiding citizens. Only 2 bullets were found at the scene. I would say the whole case is done and dusted. You don't need a stethoscope to see truth here. Every which way you look at it, it was that pickpocket. I never imagined this simple operation would cause me such grief. Why is he still talking about that? The accused attempted a theft on the previous day. I can see I'm in for a busy day ahead. I am a ballistic expert. I have seen many shootings. There is nothing I do not know about guns. Oh my gosh. Okay, bye. Your reasons suck. It would seem there's little remaining room for doubt. I have to admit, I was rather bowled over by the argument put forth by the chap in black. But when that fell apart like a house of cards, I saw that I'd jolly well been hoodwinked. Well, no more. It's not fair. Iris, that prosecutor is being mean. Just because Ginny's done some things that she shouldn't have done in the past, that doesn't make her a murderer. Allow me to savor this fruity vintage while I savor the spectacle of your fruitless debate on the matter. Here's to the truth coming out. Eventually. That's enough preamble. Proceed. It's a little aggressive, Ryunosuke. Yes, my lord. Jury examination.
Hold it!
Just because Miss Lestrade has a history of pickpocketing, she must be guilty of murder? Is that what you're saying? Oh well. Are all members of the British Army so quick to judge? I beg your pardon? Are you mocking Her Majesty's Armed Forces, the greatest military organization in the world? No, I'm simply illustrating my point. Making assumptions about people because they're a soldier or a pickpocket is wrong and dangerous. Well, yes, might have a point there, I suppose. But let's not forget the girl's already shown she has it in her from before. Clear criminal sort through and through, can't deny it. When you say that she's shown she has it in her, are you referring to this? Exactly. Tried to swipe that only a day earlier, Or am I mistaken? Not exactly. Given that I was actually there at the time, it's hard to refute that. I've never actually seen the real thing. Can't wait to have a closer look at it. Oh yes, of course. Yeah, we've already done that. Don't tell me to do things. Okay. Mr. Sholmes did use his caramel bars to make a copy of the disc, didn't he? Then ordered every type of music box he could find from across Europe. What is that thing? I'm so... We still don't know how tune to place there, do we? But I'd love to see the original compared to Harley's copy. The gilded disc. Could it be a clue somehow? Yeah, we've already done that. I just don't know where I'm supposed to present it. Calm down, children. There are only 2 bullets on the scene, so the case is done and dusted.
Hold it!
It's the number of bullets that has you convinced. Only 2 bullets are fired, and 2 guns that fired them have been examined by the police. When the parlor maid asked how many are invited for dinner, I always tell her to count the table settings. Well, that's logical, I suppose. Although... Yes? Sometimes after dining, crockery does go missing. What did you guess rather like the fine china? Does your employer dine with thieves? So I suppose. If there was another bullet somewhere which we were unaware, I'd have to reconsider your position. My position. Okay, let me save. Because I don't know if this counts as an extra bullet. Wait, what if the 1 bullet is just still inside Mr. Sholmes? You know? Like, he didn't... Like, what if that was just... It's in him and it didn't go through him? Allow me to show you then the 3rd bullet. It's the picture I showed them. It was... Where's the picture? Just gotta find the... I just don't know where the picture was. I don't know where I put it. Wait, where's the picture that I showed them? Is my picture not here? Hold on. Pawnbroker's ticket box. Nope, 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 nope. Wait, where's the thing? Where's the photo? Oh my gosh, where's the photo, guys? Am I crazy? Did we not actually have that photo in evidence? Okay. Oh, maybe I just showed him that. Oh, because it's the portfolio. Okay, let's try that.
Take that!
Nope, they didn't like it. Okay, fine. Oh, did I mess up? Okay, so I don't have that yet, but I have to find that. Because if I can find, like, a better way to prove that, okay, it's impossible. Unfortunately, only 2 bullets were discovered by the police. I think the 3rd one is in Mr. Sholmes, but maybe I just had PTSD from the Miles Edgeworth case. Yes, I know. Right. And I don't imagine the good man of Scotland Yard would ever have overlooked anything. If I missed a bullet while I was cleaning his lordship's office, well... I should receive some scolding, no doubt. And he should receive a visit from the police, perhaps. It sounds like a crime scene to me. A 3rd bullet? It would completely turn things around for us if there was one, wouldn't it? Do you think we might find lying around somewhere? Okay, wait. I have one other idea. Can I present? One sec. I gotta try something. Okay, so what I tried to do, I wanted to see if I could present Herlock Sholmes' profile and be like, the 3rd bullet's in there, but I couldn't do that. Everybody said it was that pickpocket. What do you mean? Oh wait, I'm not clicked on the screen. Ah, go back. Go back. Nope, go back, 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 go back. I don't know what they want me to do.
Hold it!
So if I've understood it correctly, you need 2 pictures. A left eye one and a slightly different right one. Exactly. Yep, yep, yep. So if we have 2 bullets, I don't suppose you can see anything useful with them? I think you'll find that no matter how you squint, the truth of the situation always looks the same here. The only person who could have shot the victim is that girl in the dock. Oh, great. How can you be so sure of that? I'm dying. Think about it. The Silicon Brothers got shot at Great Detective, didn't they? Whoa, I read that wrong. Yes, that's been mentioned once or twice. Well, then surely it's coming into focus now, isn't it? This is a waste of time. I'm not going to change this man's mind anytime soon. Okay, so ignore him.
Hold it!
Would you please stop muttering about things that have nothing to do with this trial? The defendant's life is on the line here. Well, I think the thing is, I couldn't really say that it has nothing to do with this trial, to be honest. Huh? I mean, there's no question that the man was shot, but the bullet had simply vanished from his stomach. It's quite unexplainable, don't you think? That's what I'm saying! Oh my goodness! Wait! No way! He was operating on Sholmes? What was the fellow's name now? Herlock? Oh my gosh! Herlock Sholmes by any chance? Oh, I'm gonna start crying. That's so funny. I did not think about that being a possibility. It was a Herlock fella. What? There's still a bullet inside of him. 100% there's a bullet inside of this man. And there were 3 bullets. That's my guess. I could be wrong, but like, what if there were 2 bullets in the chamber that day and there's 2 bullets? I don't know. I think there's a bullet in this man. I can't believe it's the doctor that was operating on him. Okay. You're the surgeon that operated on Holmes? Sholmes? That's right. Used the very late anesthesia techniques, I might add. Very major op, I can tell ya. This is crazy. Let me see. The fellow was brought in not long after midnight, if I remember correctly. They said he'd been shot by a criminal or other, so I opened it up like a shot. But the funny thing is, I went over his insides with a fine-tooth comb and couldn't find the bullet anywhere. Afraid I had to throw my hands and just stitch the fellow back up. I hate to state the obvious, but... Yes. Surely that's because the bullet is still at the scene of the shooting? The counsel for the defense is correct. As is clearly shown, that's a different bullet. It's a different bullet, and that's different blood. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, no, you're wrong, because it's not simple. Ryunosuke, you know this isn't simple because we literally just did the thing. Who do you think I am, son? Well, juror number 4 is about the best I can do. As soon as I saw the wound in the man's stomach, I flipped him over. Like a pancake? Are you saying that you checked his back? Of course I did. There wasn't a trace of an injury. Yup. I was right. I was right. That's the point. The only logical conclusion was that the bullet was still somewhere in the man's index. Which is exactly what I said about slicing him up. And I'm still none the wiser even now. How many times do I have to say it? Can somebody please explain how it happened? Can somebody please solve the mystery? It's almost as much a mystery as how this jury is put together. Can I pit him against her? Or is it too soon for that? Or do I present the evidence that I have that it's not? Okay, I think I'm supposed to pit first. Let's pit you against you.
Objection.
Nope. Okay, fine. They do! Oh, you guys suck. I know what I need to prove. I just don't know how you want me to do it. Ugh, so annoying. This doesn't feel like a final case. Then again, I hasn't tied back to the first one yet, and I know it will. Oh no, not pit. I meant to present. I want to present evidence to you. Oh, I can't present evidence. Oh, I literally have to pit. I can press and I can pit. All right, I guess I'll just press everybody else first.
Hold it!
I know I have what I need. What do you mean you're in for a busy day? Forgot to say, stop. Do excuse me, stop. I'm a communications officer. Stop. A communications officer? Does that have something to do with sending telegrams? Everything from personal messages written by members of the public to the latest quick news from the capital. I don't really care about your story. To the entire world? Thousands of miles of cable under the sea. Stop. Okay, yep, I don't care. Do you have anything useful for me? Ah, yes. She was getting equally worked up about radio waves or the like before, wasn't she? I see. I'm sure I shall have to write the newspaper reports of today's guilty verdict later. So no sleep for me tonight, I imagine? Let's just finish this trial first. Oh, she writes in the paper. That's gonna try and... I have a copy of the paper. Okay.
Hold it!
Give me some information there, buddy. I thought you were just a tourist. Good day. I am visiting London for sightseeing. I would like to take bus to Crystal Tower, please. There's no way he's just a visiting tourist. So you're a ballistics expert? I have much expertise with guns. Ah. I have lived through many. How do you say? Extreme. Violent. Both, no blood, extreme violent bloodbaths, perhaps? Da! Those! Extreme violent bloodbaths! English is a very difficult language. Yes, it is. Considering the sort of people you associate with, I'm surprised you still have a tongue. Anyway, if you have questions about bullets and guns, you ask me. There is nothing I do not know. No mystery I cannot solve. He's very confident. But, if possible, please only in Russian language. He's not very confident in his knowledge of English, though, is he? Nope. Still, we should bear that in mind. He's our man if there's a mystery about guns or bullets. Van Zyx has managed to convince everyone. When you have eliminated the impossible, he said, but he hasn't! Or if we're gonna fight back, we need more material. We have to fight back. Okay, but what am I supposed to present? Or, like, pin? Okay, well, you're useless to me. Okay, what if I pit you against... Oh, wait, hold on. Before I do any pitting, let me save. I'll save my progress, because I think I've pressed everybody. Okay, here we go, guys. Someone's got to be pitted against somebody, because there's not giving me any options to present evidence. Unless I'm just, like, wrong. Yeah, there's no... Yeah, I literally can't present anything. I have to pit you. So let's try pitting you against you.
Objection.
Nope. Okay, fine. I don't understand. Okay, fine. Be like that. Load. Goodness. Okay. So... only 2 bullets are unseen. Do I have evidence of a 3rd bullet? Oh my goodness, I'm so stupid! Wait! I was like waving in front of my face and I'm like, well, I don't know. Those 2 statements clearly contradict the idea that all I do is pit jurors against each other. That's good. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, ballistic experts. Pitting. Hit. On the night in question, Mr. Sholmes was shot by one of the Skulkin brothers. But since there was no sign of an exit wound on his back, we must assume the bullet didn't pass through him. However, no bullet was found lodged in Mr. Sholmes' body either. Furthermore, a bullet was found lodged in the wall of the shop where Mr. Sholmes was shot. Juror number 6. Hello, my name is Villain. Pleased to meet you. This apparent contradiction in the facts that is so clearly troubling juror number 4. Are you able to explain the mystery? I have seen very similar situation in Motherland. It was night. There was blizzard. I was running away along mountain road in freezing cold. Golly. The snow was piling high on both sides of the road. It was very narrow and dangerous. My pursuers had hunting rifles and they were on dog sleds. Mental note, don't ask too many questions. I was shot from behind and fell in snow. And this situation was very similar to what I hear today from doctor. They could not find bullet in my body and no sign of, how do you say, exit wound. Then where did the bullet go? Bullet never hit me. Well, if it never hit you, why did you fall down? Bullet hit frozen wall of ice very close to my side. What? One small piece very... Oh! That's some BS right there, but okay. I'm following. Very sharp, broke away from the lump of ice and pierced my body. It's made deep wound that looks just like bullet wound. Good gracious. Of course, piece of ice quickly melted inside me, and that's the solution to the mystery of disappearing bullet. But that doesn't answer the question at all. The shooting happened in the pawnbroker's shop. Not some snowy mountain road in the other country, but it shattered glass. Just an idea, but we might not be looking at exactly the same scenario here. Bruno, what exactly was Hurley shot again? Oh wow, I've got the Russian grunting in again. Well, according to the report in his stomach, sort of around this area, I think. Well, that's precisely why he always wears a little pouch in his belt. A pouch, actually. I might have noticed something like that. Yes, a pouch. It's why he keeps the glass vials of very dangerous chemicals that he uses. That's not even what I thought. That actually makes sense. What? Really? Doctor, where's the pouch Mr. Sholmes is wearing? Well, I saw the glass on the ground. That's what that's from? Oh, okay. I couldn't even observe it. Sneaky little fellows. The fellow had nothing like on the person when he arrived at the hospital as far as I can remember. If I may. Lord Van Zykes? Zykes. Well, I realize that it is forbidden for the prosecution to interject during a summation examination. I should inform the defense that I have the pouch in question in the antechamber outside the courtroom. Sorry? And as I understand it, when the police arrived on the scene and found Mr. Sholmes injured, they removed the pouch in order to assess the wound. Ah, thank goodness. I thought I was getting forgetful for a moment. Since then, it has been in my safekeeping along with all other evidence relating to the case. I can personally vouch for the fact that it has not been touched since the incident occurred. So it was the frame, then, not that. Very well. Well, extremely unconventional during a summation examination. I must demand the prosecution present the item in question. If it's not shattered, then it must have been like glass from the photo, I guess. I don't know. I see. So this is the pouch worn by Mr. Sholmes the night in question, is it? Look at that. One of the files is broken. And the leather around it is scorched black. It's almost as if the file exploded. So that night, the bullet from Skulkin's brother's gun struck Mr. Sholmes' pouch. And it wasn't a glass file exploding that caused the fellow's injury. This bullet did not penetrate the victim, but was deflected into wall of shop. Did you already know this, sir? A delightfully complex aroma. Sir, did you know this already? Well, it would appear one mystery has been solved at last. Though it had no bearing on the truth of this case. Oh? The bungling and burgling brothers shot the detective, and the accused shot the pawnbroker. The pertinent facts of the case remain unaltered. At least the mystery is solved. I can sleep easy tonight. Thank you, young man. Now, thank you very much. Glad I could help. Due to its bearing on the conundrum just solved, the court will sequester this scruffy pouch as evidence. It is kind of scruffy. That's okay. Okay, let me observe that. Oh my goodness, I'm getting a lot of evidence to work with here. Oh look, there's a hole here in the back. It doesn't look much like a bullet hole, but clearly something ripped through the leather with great force. Something must have pierced it somehow and have left this hole behind. Yes, it looks that way. Mr. Sholmes and his pouch both took a beating, didn't they? Is it the same? Holly's potions are amazing, useful for investigations. They're quick. Okay, yep. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to juror number 2, and I'm gonna present this as the stray bullet. Though first I need to save where I was at. Please, my lord. After all, that's a new piece of evidence. Could have a valuable clue. Okay, yeah, I know. I already did the observing part. We're good. Calm down, children. Alright, now we press.
Hold it!
La 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 la. I want to present my evidence that the blood matches that of a guy who wasn't supposed to be at the crime scene. And I can't do that yet. And I'm a little annoyed. I'm a little perturbed, to say the least. Because it's just been sitting here in my evidence book. Got it. La 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 la.
Take that!
What? That doesn't count either? It passes for a bullet as much as you pass for a lawyer, my learned friend. Wait, yes, this is right. Okay, I'm like, he doesn't usually talk. Coming from you, I'm gonna take that meaning as not much. It, in no way does it resemble a bullet, if that helps your understanding of my last remark. Counsel. Oh, nope, it is. Okay, fine. I guess it's not ready yet. Fine. Why you gotta be so stubborn? Why you gotta be so mean to me? Why you gotta be so mean? All you are is mean, a liar, and pathetic, and alone in life, and mean. Okay. Oh, does the glass not count? Okay, whatever.
Hold it!
Then I ask you to reconsider your leanings, sir. Oh no, that's another matter entirely. Sorry? All I can think about for the moment is this wonderful sense of relief that the mystery is solved. I need some time to let that sink in before I can possibly consider anything else. Alright. Perhaps we should leave him alone for a while. My service is in a peace. I focus on some other jars. I suppose that's all we can do. Who can we... I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Hell, he always turns up at just the right moment. Does he always come in the form of a pouch? Seriously though, it sounds like the great detective was on death's door. Maybe his injuries weren't for nothing. That pouch could be a very valuable clue. Okay, I don't know what I'm supposed to... I can't present... Okay, let me... Okay, let me save here. I could also put her with the... Maybe I just pit her against the Russian guy? Maybe? Since he's now like... Okay, I have a couple ideas. We're gonna pit her against Russian man.
Objection.
Nope, okay, fine. You guys are rude to me. Okay, so that one didn't work. Let's try pitting her against... You know, I thought, like, I was getting off way too easy when I guessed that one on the very first try. Like, I knew it wasn't going to be that easy. Okay, the other idea I have is to pit you against...
Objection.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I've already pressed everybody. Am I supposed to press? I guess I can press the bullet guy again. I'll press bullet guy one more time, but after that, I honestly don't know what to do.
Hold it.
I thought... Oh, wait. Nope. Okay, that didn't work. Okay, nope. That didn't work. Okay. I can't present evidence. I have to pit someone against somebody. Okay, Anyway, look, it was the pickpocket. Now mystery's been solved. Hold on, what did the news lady say again? Let me just... Because I kind of skipped over her thing. Okay, what do you mean you're from a busy day? Forget to say. Stop. Uh-huh. Yep. Pawnbroker perishes. How awful for Ginny, but tomorrow's to search her. So she wrote this. Uh-huh. We already talked about this. Okay. Nothing crazy. We already talked about this. I'm just seeing. No one's gonna react or anything. Okay, Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, so we can't do anything more with you. Okay, what if we pit... Not you. Can we pit you against you?
Objection.
Nope. Okay, I don't know what to do. Okay. Bruh, I have to keep pinning things. Okay, so that one didn't work. Oh wait, I didn't mean to do that. Evidence. I wish I could present the evidence that I found. She kept talking about. Okay. We already talked about this. I wanted to do like a sample a few moments later. We're still doing this! We already did the blood stuff on that. Oh gosh. A sensational story lower the front page as well. Look, Nanowrimo, classified secret may have been leaked overseas from Ministry of Justice. For a 10-year-old. Iris certainly has her finger on the pulse of the world news. It's about secret communications to Great Britain and its allies. Apparently they've been intercepted by hostile nations. Communications are being intercepted? How is someone doing that? That's a question, isn't it? I've come up with 3 different possible methods so far. Are you looking for a new career right now? No, of course not. I wonder. Perhaps this is what Strongheart was upset about. Could be. Could explain why he has Greg see right in a pillar to post at the moment. Okay. Well, glad I have that, but I'm not sure what that just did. What's it? You hear my computer yelling at me? Hello? Oh, it's because it came unplugged. I fixed the problem! We solved the problem. Yeah. Okay, I've done observing all the things, guys. I don't understand. Okay, well that had to do with the ladies. Let's press her one more time. What do you mean you're in for a busy day? Forgot to say stop, blah, 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 blah. Yep, we already talked about this. Yep, we already talked about this. Okay, I see. I'm sure why was this paper today's guilty verdict later. Yeah, it didn't do anything. Okay, okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to look this up. I have no idea. Let's try it. Wait, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Wait, what do you mean? I pressed the button. You're plugged in, are you not? My friend. Now I'm scared. 1 second. Okay, so I looked this up because I was confused. And guys, I just didn't rotate it enough. Hold on. Oh my goodness. I didn't rotate it enough. It's literally in here. I just have to move it a little bit and then I just have to find it. Okay, process. It said it's in here. Big explosion. Okay. They said it's in here. Where's this bullet? Okay, wait. It's gotta be. Oh goodness. Where's the 3rd bullet? Wait, is it in here? Guys, I'm so confused. Where's the 3rd? I'm so confused! I'm literally like, okay. Oh, this hole right here? There's so many holes. Wait, is that it right there? Oh my goodness. Okay, so I was on the right track. I just pressed the thing wrong. It scorched really badly. The strap is broken, look. It's supposed to be where the bullet hit then. Let me see. Well, isn't that annoying? You stupid thing. There's the 3rd bullet. Oh, okay. Behind where the bullet. I'm so mad I had to look that up. I was just so confused. I'm like, there's nowhere to go from here. The bullet! What a stroke of luck that it hit in his pouch. This is amazing. What it means is there were 3 bullets fired that night. Yep, the 3rd bullet. Time to press that juror again, I think. Oh my goodness. This was very...
Hold it!
upsetting. I just had to rotate it a little bit more. Are you kidding me? Yeah, now I can prove it. Bruh. There it is.
Take that!
Here it is. We discovered it just now. Yes, on the night in question in Windy Bank's pawnbrokery, another bullet was fired. What is this new trickery? Oh my gosh! You esteemed traveler from another land, who I have been graced upon by your presence. Where did you find that bullet? It was lodged inside Mr. Sholm's pouch. What? This pouch was removed from around Mr. Sholm's waist before he was taken to hospital. And since then, it has been touched by no one. Do you mean to say the shot fired by the Skulkin brothers at night? Yes, as your lordship has surmised, it hit this pouch. But that makes no sense whatsoever. We only know the whereabouts of the bullet fired at Mr. Sholmes. It's clearly visible in this photographic print. Ah! 2 guns from the scene have already been submitted into the court record as evidence. Yes, that is a Windy Bank, and that belongs to the Skulkin brothers. An examination of both guns revealed that only a single bullet had been fired from each. Ah! Well, that must mean... That's right. We know that on the night in question, 3 bullets were fired. However, only 2 bullets were fired from the guns recovered from the crime scene. And until that incontrovertible inconsistency is somehow explained, we cannot and must not pass judgment. He knows I'm right. Ugh! It hurts! It hurts! Ora! Wow, this summation examination remains incomplete. The court has been presented with new facts. Facts that would appear to shake the very foundations upon which the case against the defendant has been built. As is my prerogative in this situation, I hereby temporarily suspend the summation examination. By Jupiter! What? Bailiff, bring the witnesses back to the stand at once. Not them again. Yo, they just lied. They're gonna lie again. Yo, no. Witnesses. Governor! Were you listening to the proceedings while the defense carried out the summation examination? We was, Governor, we was. Perhaps we can dispense with the tedious preamble. Simply answer this one question. A 3rd bullet has been identified at the scene of the crime. What do you make of that? Make of it, Gov! Is it one of yours? Goblin, not a chance! In that case, did you have an accomplice? What? What? Never! The Skulkin brothers work alone. It's just the 2 of us, that's our trademark. How soon we forget poor Sulky? Only 2 bullets from the crime scene originated from the firearms we have in evidence. The 3rd bullet was fired from another gun. Where is it? Lummy, that's a head scratcher. Counsel for the defense. Yes? I should like to hear your thoughts regarding these new developments. The 3rd bullet, and the mysterious missing firearm from whence it came. Thinking back over the testimony we've heard and all the evidence we've seen, I think I'm starting to form a picture of what really happened that night. My lord, I think it's clear what the 3rd bullet tells us about the brothers. I think it had nothing to do with them. I think that 3rd dude, like, yes, it has something... I don't know if that's explained well. It's not an accomplice so much. Let me just start with this one because I'm curious if they're going in this direction. I know it's the British dude, like the fancy one, but he's like their boss. There's another gun and there's an accomplice, but like I don't think he worked with them. I believe it has nothing to do with them. Eh? Eh? Nah, Shay, that's right. Okay, so I was wrong. Okay, I thought they were going for something here. Yeah, nothing to do with us, Gov. We've established that one bullet was fired from each of the two guns already known to the court. I just don't... An accomplice isn't the right word. If anything, it's like this. They knew that guy was going to be there and they're just like, whatever. I don't know. On the night in question, Mr. Windbag's pawnbrokery, there was another person present in possession of a third firearm. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay, wait. So that is what I was saying. So I am on the right track? I'm so confused. Whilst the brothers may have had nothing to do with the third gun or the bullet fired from it, it's inconceivable that they had nothing to do with the third man. Okay. We're on the same page. They scare me sometimes, bro. They scare me. Yes, the brothers were working with an accomplice who was carrying a gun. Okay. See, this is why I was confused, because they had accomplice and gun in separate things. Yeah. So I guess no matter which one I picked, I would have ended up in the right area. Okay. Don't make that face at me. Oh, here, wait, I can do mine. An accomplice, you say? Wait. Ah, yes. Ah, yes. I'm ready. An accomplice, you say? Pig's will. I don't speak British. These protracted proceedings have already forced us to endure 2 summation examinations. Yet, in all that time, there has been not a murmur of a third man. And this apparently wraith-like being exists. I got you, bro. I got you. I got you. I got you. Yeah, don't be so... Bro, we have evidence. The prosecution demands answers in 2 counts. Firstly, proof, evidence that this accomplice was ever at the scene of the crime. And secondly, the identity of this spurious character. I got you. Easy peasy. I have evidence. I have evidence. I have evidence. I have evidence. I don't even need to save my progress. I have evidence. I have evidence. I have evidence. I'm ready to present answers. Cause I have evidence. I have evidence. I have evidence. So, my esteemed friend of a foreign nation, despite the swimming eyes, you seem to think you have something to say. This promises to be interesting. I have to push forward now. I need to use every single piece of evidence available to me. In that case, counsel, I will ask you to present the evidence without delay. On the night in question, in the moments leading up to the death of the victim, what proof have you there was a third intruder on this scene? Where's my blood sample? Let's go.
Take that!
The evidence is right here, in this portfolio. By Jove, that portfolio again, is it? Do you expect the court to rifle through your papers itself? Be more specific. Huh. You claim one of those blood samples proves the presence of the third intruder. Well, which one is it? This one.
Take that!
What am I looking at here? There appears to be some green paint or such like around the bullet hole in the middle of the calendar. That's a blood stain, my lord. A blood stain. Green blood. Curious, even for you. Is the court to understand that the intruder was some inhuman creature? It's something developed by Mr. Herlock Sholmes. By great detective! New invention, stop! Not yet appearance in stores, stop! That's not legal. Anyway. It's this, you see. Doesn't have a name yet, though. This focus sprays a chemical that reacts with the different elements in people's blood to it change its color. Different elements of people's blood. Yes, everyone's blood is slightly different, you see. Because it's made up of different elements. So by seeing what color it changes to, you can tell in a flash whose blood it is. Oh, that brings a whole extra dimension to looking at blood. Talk of blood in courtroom stop. Very exciting stop. As an example, this one shows the blood of the victim, Mr. Winderbank. Ah, just striking blue. Yes, so you see the green color of this blood stain on the calendar shows that somebody else was shot in the main part of the shop. Now hold fire there, young man. Could be some unrelated incident, couldn't it? No, it's not unrelated. The date showing on the calendar is the date on which Mr. Winderbank was killed. But golly! Therefore, we can assume that whoever was shot on the same day. Whose blood is it? Well, the Skulkin brothers in the stand don't appear to be suffering from any gunshot injuries. So, it's almost like I have evidence. It must be the blood of somebody else, the third intruder, in fact. Whose identity the court is still waiting to hear. You can't delay this any longer, my learned friend. Who is this alleged third intruder? Where'd the guy go? Oh, he's over there.
Take that!
The man's name is Egbert Benedict. Egbert Benedict? Who on earth are you talking about, Consul? He paid a visit to Winderbank's pawnbrokery on the afternoon before the incident took place. When the accused attempted to deceive the pawnbroker into releasing this article into her possession. That's right. The man identified himself as this, but then attempted to take the article from the defendant by force. Oh, he had a gun. He had a gun? Oh yeah! Duh! I forgot he even had a gun. That's crazy. That's crazy. Broker! Yo! Yes sir, what you doing there, bro? Okay, y'all remember that, like, this whole scene, right? Yeah, okay. You better. I believe this filthy pocket thief has just redeemed an article from you, no? Yes, okay, we're skipping all this. Blah, 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 blah. You know, this dude kind of resembles that old assassin, just saying. Not trying to say all the blondes look alike, but they kind of all look alike. I blonde. Ish. The blondes, all the blondes, they kind of do. Low key. Anyway. Inspector Gregson was there at the time and can attest to what happened. In the end, it was the inspector himself who took the disc. Can you corroborate this account, Inspector? Yes, my lord. That's more or less what happened. In the interest of being thorough, I need some more volume. There we go. I asked Winderbank for a print showing the fella. It's wild. Taken from one of his red-handed recorder gubbiness. Yes, it's him talking to Mr. Winderbank this morning. And you claim this man is the brother's accomplice. Well, Mr. and Mrs. Skulkin? Well? Or Mr. and Mrs. You mean Mr. and Ms. Goodness, alright. Never seen a geezer before in my life. The geezer before. All my life, Glove, all my life. Never seen him. Whoa, I just got excited by camera. If that thing's glitching out, I'm sorry. Well, somewhat unsurprisingly, it appears our witnesses disagree with the assertion. I'm sure your lordship recalls my learned friend's actual assertion, which was that he could prove the identity of the alleged accomplice. I can! Yes, I can. Then show us the evidence! I agree. We must see proof that the clean-cut gentleman in the photograph is the filthy criminal you say he is. I have evidence! Come on. This is the last piece of evidence. It wasn't something, it was someone. I'm gonna drag it kicking and screaming into the courtroom. Yeah. Are you ready to present your answer to the court then, counsel? Yes, my lord. The defense will present the evidence now. La 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 la. Is this the one? It was this one, right? Just double checking. Yeah, because that was his... He got his blood on it, right? Oh, wait, no, it's not this. Okay, nope, that was the wrong thing. It's the disc. That's what it was. Like, there's blood on something. I'm just blanking. Whoa, you see it's slowly catching up. This is why I can't let my cases run this long. Okay, there we go.
Take that!
As I mentioned before, on the afternoon of the day in question, the defendant attempted, deceitfully, admittedly, to reclaim this disc from Windybanks. Which is when the aforementioned Igor Benedict appeared on the scene, I believe. This man that attempted to purloin the article from the defendant's possession, no? That's correct, my lord. I myself was present at the time. It was following this that a minor incident occurred. But of course, sir, here's the disc for you. They look related. Very well. Then I shall bid you farewell. Say goodbye to style. Wait a minute, that disc? It's mine! Oh, what do you think you're doing, you little tramp? You've drawn blood, you filthy animal. Being a music box disc, it has countless small but sharp metal protrusions over its surface. Those protrusions cause Mr. Benedict's finger to bleed. And the resulting smear of blood is still visible on the disc now. Goodness, a bloodstain, is it? My assistant and I have just analyzed the bloodstain here in this very courtroom. Using my trusty fork again! Yes. And we added the results to this portfolio. I say, it's green! It's exactly the same color as the blood around the calendar. The evidence is conclusive. The man calling himself Mr. Igor Benedict, who was in Windybanks earlier in the day, is the accomplice who was present at the scene of the crime that night. There was someone else there. Look at those two brothers now. They're sweating buckets. Oi, what you talking about? It's boiling in here. My lord, it is the opinion of the defense that Mr. Igor Benedict should be summoned to the courtroom to testify. It would certainly seem that we can ill afford to ignore this gentleman's apparent presence.
Objection!
This has gone on long enough now. This flagrant ignorance of the mechanics of the law. Herlock Sholmes, you say? Yes, I've heard the name. The protagonist in a series of short stories for the vulgar classes. A god of detection or some such. And now you employ chemical substances devised by this fantastical persona in the highest court in the land. Do you expect us to take you seriously? The samples made by this plaything are not fit to be called evidence. So the blood stain turned a shade of green. What of it? Here's to your successfully proving that no other blood in the world would turn the same color. And pray, do not even think of suggesting that we should take Mr. Sholmes' word for it. Well, I mean, he is a great detective. What are you talking about? Yeah, I knew it would come to this. Of course, Mr. Sholmes' invention isn't going to be recognized by any official body. But what other choice did I have? I just remember what Father Christmas over there said before. That's what I called him. About what he was temporarily suspending the summation examination. Ah. In other words, the examination isn't over yet, is it? Good grief. What did you just say, little girl? And in the summation examination, the decision as to whether or not the trial continues is in the hands of the 6 jurors, isn't it? So the way I see it, it doesn't seem to matter whether certain people think of Hurley's invention. At least, not for now. Yes, she's right. Young lady, you have quite the devious mind. It really just comes down to one thing. Whether these ladies and gentlemen of the jury are convinced by what you say, Bruno. Is it about right, would you say? Or did I misunderstand something? Unbelievable. Mr. Sholmes' partner is a force to be reckoned with. Iris Wilson, sharpshooter. After that shrewd precise of the situation from... Okay. It must be acknowledged that the previous summation examination is yet to reach its conclusion. This is absurd. You are absurd, sir. Why is your hair purple? It's Middle Eastern England. Why is your Middle Eastern? Middle Ages. See, he's rubbed off on me. This isn't good. Middle Ages England. Why is your hair purple? No one else has purple hair. As proud citizens, resident until you come to a fair and just decision. I'm sorry, I'm so distracted. State your final decisions in turn, please.
Guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
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 Not guilty.
Why does the old man think he's guilty? Alright then. It continues. 2 called guilty, 4 called not guilty. Such is an outcome of the summation examination.
Objection.
My lord, with all due respect, this is an outrage. The prosecution refuses to accept this decision. On what grounds? If these jurors are persuaded by some half-baked concoction devised by a pretender to real police work, then they are too ignorant to be trusted with the judgment of anyone's guilt. I'm sorry, Lord Van Zykes, but the outcome of the summation examination cannot be ignored. This trial will continue. Flabbergasted! Wasn't his foot on the desk just like a second ago? Nevertheless, we find ourselves in a rather awkward situation. The defense has very reasonably requested the subpoena of a new witness. But sadly, I fear that will be impossible. What? The name of the gentleman gave himself is clearly false. I don't believe it. Just when I managed to prove the man was there that night. Could I say something? Who was that, please? Who spoke? It was me, my lord. Juror number 5. What have you to say, madam? If possible. Inspector. Eh? Me? Ma'am? I wonder if you might show the photographic print to me again. The one in which the gentleman is shown. Oh, right, yes, this one you mean. Of Mr. Benedict. Yes, there's no doubt in my mind. Juror number 5, you don't mean to say you know this man? Yes, I know him. What? No. Good gracious! It's so dramatic. Order! Order! Juror number 5, how on earth? I am a communications officer. Stop. As we can clearly see, the gentleman in the photograph is stop. Also a communications officer. Stop. He works in my office. Stop. A very talented operator, in fact. Stop. He should be in the communication station now. Stop. tapping away on the telegraph. Stop. This doesn't seem right somehow. I can't put my finger on why, but it doesn't feel right. I suppose we all imagine the compass would be some sort of hardened criminal. It's a bit unexpected to find out he has a respectable job by day, whatever he gets up to at night. Yes, I suppose that's it. That's why I felt something was wrong. If the gentleman is at the London communication station, we should be able to subpoena him within the hour. Lord Van Zykes, if you please. Yes, my lord. Make the necessary arrangements with all haste. As your lordship bids. The court will recess for 1 hour. When the new witness arrives, we shall reconvene to hear the gentleman's testimony. Inspector Gregson. Yes, my lord? I should like to hear from you specifically about the events at the pawnbrokery on the day in question. Come to my chambers during the recess. Yes, sir, my lord. Very well. Court is adjourned until 1:40 p.m. Cool. To be continued. Until next time. Arrivederci, baby.